Good afternoon, students. So far in last class, we have to completed Bayes theorem and Navi Bayesian classification. And today class, once we have to revise the Bayesian belief networks. Bayesian belief networks, we have to complete it. That is the end of the fourth unit. That is the Bayesian belief networks. See here, the Bayesian belief networks mainly we have to discuss with that support vector machines, back propagation. What is the? It is not like to the Navi Bayesian classifier. It is a conditional independence. Mainly it works on a conditional independence. Back propagation mainly we have to use the neural network algorithms. We have to use it here. Support vector machines and as well as classification using frequent patterns, lazy learners. These are the concepts you have to discuss in this classification advanced methods. So here in the Bayesian belief networks, mainly we have to discuss the Bayes theorem. Mainly it is a conditional probability theorem. Probability conditional probability we have to make represented in Bayes theorem. It's a Bayesian belief networks, probabilistic graphical models, which unlike Navi Bayesian classifier, allow the representation of independencies among the subset of attributes. Bayesian belief networks are used for the classification mainly, and It's a concepts and mechanisms mainly we have to discuss with that. Bayesian belief networks specify the joint conditional probability distributions. Generally, Bayes theorem, what it represents conditional probability definition, only conditional probability B to B to A or A to B, that you have to represent it with the Bayes theorem. But whereas in the Bayesian belief networks, those type of conditional probabilities we have to distribution, we have to join to all these conditional probabilities, that is the Bayesian belief networks. And general guy, the probability of A to B or B to A, you have to represent the Bayes theorem. Like this way, for example, you have to consider the more than two items like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So that time we have to find the conditional probability A to B or B to C or C to A. Like this way, we have the number of conditional probabilities. In all these probabilities, we have to join and we have to distribution, we have to represent it, that is a Bayesian belief network. Simply you can represent it. The diagram will shows how it shows. For example, in the conditional probability, only family history and lung cancer, only two attributes for the Bayes theorem only it represents. Only the conditional probability. If the yes, then this is the condition. Based on that condition, it works. So, but whereas here more than number of conditions, one condition is related to the other one. One graph, one node you have to represent it with the other node. That is simply you can say that is the Bayesian belief network. So you have simple Bayesian belief networks shows a proposed causal node model represented by the directed acyclic graph as family history and smoker. Both are both the people both we have automatically he may get lung cancer. And a similar way, if the lung cancer is positive X-ray or dyspnea, so this is the one is the smoker, then it condition it, then comes this one. Like this way, this is the simple Bayesian belief network it goes. A proposal causal node represented by the directed acyclic graph and conditional probability tables for the values of the variable lung cancer showing each possible combination of the values of its parent nodes. Family history FH and smoker S. So you have to taking this example. So that is the lung cancer he may get or he may not get. So that you have to represent it with that LC. LC he may get, or not LC that represented he may not get lung cancer. So that is the conditional probability table you have to represent it with this Bayesian belief networks. So in the Bayesian belief networks, the product of I equal to 1 to n condition probability of x of I is a condition is based on parents of y of I. So that is the you have to represent the Bayesian belief networks. How the Bayesian belief networks we have to find that we have to represent it here. See here, this is the training the Bayesian belief networks. Mainly here we have to working on the algorithms with the product of values. The network topology you have to represent it is constructed with the human experts inferred from the data. The network variables are observed or hidden on all some of the training tuples. So missing values and incomplete data you have to consider here. So G here, generally one algorithm you have to represent it in Bayesian belief networks. Gradients. First one is the compute the gradients. That is the we have to represent the for each of I, j, k values, compute the value, gradient values you have to find out. Then take the small step in the direction of the gradient. and renormalize the weights. Renormalize the weights. These are the three steps you must be followed in that Bayesian belief network algorithm. So this is the three types of three algorithms. Compute the gradients for each ijk. Compute the values. The probability of right side of the equation is simply, you can say that is calculated by the training tuple of the xt in D. Brevity, it's referred to its probability simply as P. When the variables are represented by the y of I and u of I is hidden, some x of D, then the corresponding probability P can be computed from the observed variables of the tuples using standard algorithms for Bayesian network inference, such as those variable in the commercial software package. That is, generally we have to call it the Huggin. And take the small step in the direction of the gradient with the condition that is the weights of the updated value w of ijk, and it implies to that is the inverse implies to w of ijk plus L of gradient of L of Bw of D, gradient of W of ijk. So this is the learning rate we have to represent it here, and it is the step size computed from the equation 2. And learning rate is set of the small constant and helps the convergence. And finally, we have to represent it with that, renormalize the weights. Because the weights of W for ijk are probability values, they must be between for 0, 2, and 1. And sigma of j, W of ijk must equal to 1 to all. These criteria are achieved by the renormalizing the weights after they have the updated by the equation. So you can easily you can find the Bayesian belief networks with this algorithm. And classification by the back propagation. Back propagation is the neural network learning algorithm, which natural networks field have originally kind in the psychologists and neurobiologists. We solved the test computation along analogs of the neutron. Roughly speaking, the neural network is a set of connected input and output units, in which each connection has the weights associated with it. During the learning phase, the network learns by the adjusting the weights so as they able to predict the correct class label of the input tuples. So neural networks are learning is also called referred as connectionist learning, but simply we call it as connectionist learning. So the multiplayer feed forward neural network, that is the number of ways defining the network topology and back propagation. And you have to propagate the error, or you have to calculate it. With this, generally how it works inside the back propagation and interpretability, that you have to represent it with this classification of back propagation. So here all you have to represent it with that back propagation. Always, generally one or two variables you have to represent it as a classification of the Bayesian belief networks. But whereas in the classification by the back propagation, you have the uh, number of uh, number of back propagation values. That is the number of nodes we have represented here. Generally, input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. Generally, input layer you have to consider as a four input you have to take it. To get the output, only two output. 4 into 2 matrix, 4 into 2 multiplexer like that. Similar way, here the input layer and output layer, you have the some hidden layers are there inside. What are the processing you can do? That processing you have to, in that layer you have the three nodes are there. So that that is the hidden nodes that is could not be defined. that you have to represent it with the multi-layer feed forward network, neural network. So that you have to represent it with the classification of back propagation. And back propagation, how it works with the algorithm. Neural network learning is a classification numeric prediction using the back propagation algorithm. So in the back propagation algorithm, we have to represent it like this. See this algorithm. This is the algorithm you have to represent it as a back propagation algorithm. A dataset consisting of the training tuples and their associated target values. The learning rate, multi-layer feed forward network will mainly you have to represent. Output is a trained neural net. So here you have to follow the initialize the all weights and bases of the network, while terminating the condition is not satisfied. So back propagation mainly you have to perform the step-by-step process. First initialize the all weights of the multi-layer feedback network. So once weights are allotted to the in a network, which terminating the condition is not satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, simply you can terminate it. Otherwise, so with this back propagation algorithm, you can easily find out the trained neural. The step-by-step proper process of the back propagation, you have to apply this algorithm. Take the weights, propagate the input to forward, and the inside it works like this. That is the diagram it shows. This is the inputs, and you have to give it 1 to y1 to y power yn, and weights you have to give y of 5j to j of nj. The weighted sum you have to consider that is the bias with the theta of j. You get the output as f. That is the actual activation function. Where inputs are given, weighted sum, with the weighted sum activation function you have to get. That is the simply you can say that back propagation. Propagate the input forward, and back propagate the error. How it works? That is the error of j equal to o of j minus of 1 minus oj, t of j minus o of j. Based on that condition, you have to represent the back propagate the error. So how we can find out the learning rate? Learning rate is the delta of the theta of j equal to L of the learning rate. L of error of j. So by using this formula, you can find out the error rate, learning rate also of the learning rate of the error. See this diagram shows how calculate the learning by the back propagation algorithm. I will show the example. This is the simple example. You have to take the condition. The figure which shows the multi-layer feed-forward neural network, and initial weight and bias values of the network are given table. So the x equal to, that is the 1 to 0 1, that is the class label of 1. See the this is the table you have to represent the multi-layer feed forward neural network. So x1, x2, x3, that is the values, that is the input values. Output value is 6, and hidden layers is 5 and 4 and 5. That is the hidden layer values. So once we have to get in these values, W of 1 to 4, W of 1 to 5, W of 2 to 4, 2 to 5, and 3 to 4, and 3 to 5. So the relationship we have to between the nodes, we have to represent it with that direction. That is a multi-layer keypad format. See here, this is the actual neural network of a particular. So here you have to give the inputs, that is the 1, 2, 3, and the output is 6. The hidden layer is 4 and 5. So what are the connections you have in between the nodes? That is the input nodes and output nodes and hidden nodes that you have to represent it with the arrows. So initial input and weight and bias values, you have to represent at 101, 0.2 minus 0.3, 0.4, 0.1, and minus 0.5, 0.2 minus 4, 0.3 minus 0.2 minus 0.4, 0.2, and 0.1. That values you have to represent it. Input values are x1 and x2, x3, that is the 101, and the weighted values are 0.2 and minus 0.3, and you have to represent it to 2, 4, 2, 5, weighted 4s, weighted 3, 4, weighted 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 6. So these are the weighteds between the one node to another nodes. Then theta of 4, the hidden nodes, that is the theta of 4 and theta of 5 and theta of 6, finally the value you have to getting 0.1. You have to represent it here. And the net input and output calculation you have to, these are the values. Net input you have to calculate it, you can get the value that is at the 4 level, that is the minus 0.7. Actually, that is the values. What are the values you have to connect it here for the 4? W of 1, 4, W of 2, 4, W of 3, 4. 1, 4 value is 0.2, and the 2, 4 value is 0.4, 0.4, and the 3, 4 value is minus 0.5, minus 0.5. So totally minus value 0, that is the value, plus 0.2 plus 0 minus 0.5 minus 0.4. So the total the value is minus 0.7, that is the net value at the unit 4. Similar way, unit 5, the net value is 0.1, and a similar way at the unit value 6 minus 0.105. The output of OJ values we have to calculate it with formula. You can find out the output values. So with that output values, you can find out the learning rate. Learning rate at the calculation of error in each node, you can get the values. And it's a calculation of the weight and bias updating values. You have to finally you can get. This is the end of the 4th unit. In next class, we'll continue the 6th unit related to the association analysis regarding to the frequent item set generation. Already we have to started with that Aprilli algorithm, FP growth algorithm. These are the concepts we will discuss in next class.